Archbishop Alonsis Fael has left a message asking to speak with you in regards to a project to help the Vanguard of the Light.
As do many of our priests and paladins. One paladin in particular. I have been tasked with bolstering the Vanguard of the Light that empower the Sunwell. I need your help, and not just for that simple task. Our mutual friend, Recon, stuck in his grief and anger over that tragic conflict between him and his father. I am just an old priest that has been raised from the dead. But I found that a quest is just the thing to set a young paladin back on the right path. Would you help?
Oh, hello, hero. I am just watching the fountain. I needed to get some air. Was I needed somewhere? Is that why you are here? Fael sent you. He is a decent man. Did you know that he founded my paladin order? He trained me. The Silver Hand is his legacy. Very well. I go where I am ordered. That is the life I signed up for.
We undead have a complex relationship with the light. I more than most. The light burns me. I have learned to endure its pain and still practice as a priest. But having been archbishop for years, the light resonates with me more than others. The Sunwell is no exception. Not here. It is a constant searing sensation, not intense karma, but manageable. If I were to go inside now, I would be consumed by the light, as surely as a flame consumes a moth. Oh, it is so painfully bright here, don't you think? You were able to convince him. Thank you. The Vanguard of the Light are maintaining a difficult ritual at the Sunwell. It requires focus, discipline, and is quite exhausting. Take my staff. I've had it since I was Archbishop in Stormwood. It is meaningful to me and my faith. The light responds to meaning and intention. It should renew the Vanguard spirits, so they can maintain the ritual a while longer. I can't approach any closer to the Sunwell, so you will have to do this for me.
To be honest, I assumed my life had peaked when I followed my father to the realms of death. Now we're fighting against an enemy even stranger and more inscrutable. It is terrifying, but I am glad to be able to do my part. I can't help but wonder, Hero, what has led Xal'atath to all of this. I suspect her past has been as dark as the Void itself. But more than that, I think of everyone she is hurting. All who have died to her machinations. That is why we must use the Sunwell to stop her. No matter how exhausted we are.
There is so much relying on our success here at the Sunwell. It is a heavy burden, but not as great as the weight of refusing it. Thank you for helping us bear the load.
I don't think we have anything quite like the Sunwell back in the Arathi Empire. It is vital that we protect it. Thank you for your help.
That seeing the rest of the Vanguard focused on the Sunwell, it would give him a goal that was bigger than his pain and lead him away from his anger. Instead, he spent his time cleaning slime. Thank you for doing it instead. It was necessary to keep the Void Storm at bay. The holy power in my staff has been spent. 40 years of fervent prayers drained away in a few minutes. It was for a good cause, and my staff will recover in time. There are other relics, like my staff, that were important to paladins and priests. Light's Hope Chapel has many such relics stored there. A Raider trained there as well. Perhaps the solution to his pain could also be found.
The one good to come out of my not being called to the Sunwell is that I was able to coordinate a defense of Light's Hope. I have faithfully served the Light throughout my life, even lost an eye along the way. Some are stronger adventurers than me, but not many. But outside of a few defenders and our squires, nearly everyone was taken to Silver Moon to stop the Void. I can't help but wonder if I've failed the Light in some way, yet I can't see how. Perhaps, while I am here, I will certainly do my best to serve the Light, no matter what, though I still wonder why I was not called upon. There was no one else. Nearly every paladin was taken by the Light to the Sunwell. Darien owed me a favor, in a sense, for trying to kill me and take Tyrion's body to be one of his horsemen. And he has no desire to see the Void come closer to a triumph over Azeroth. So when I asked for help, the Ebon Blade stepped up to assist us. Welcome to Light's Hope. Most of the champions that defended these grounds were called by the Light. I've had to reach out to the Ebon Blade for support, or the Scourge would have overrun this holy place. Normally, adventurers, paladins from Light's Hope hold back the Scourge in the immediate area around the chapel, but they've all been called to fight the Void. As a result, Scourge forces have greatly increased their numbers around the chapel. We've managed to hold the line so far, but only with the help of Darien and the Ebon Blade. Give us some room to breathe. Defeat as many of them as you can. Thank you, hero. You've thinned their ranks enough that we'll be able to maintain the defenses with the help we have from our allies. Now, Fel has told me about your need for relics. Alonsis tells me you are looking for relics of holy power to sustain those performing the ritual holding the Void at bay. Now that you've beaten back the Scourge, you and Arator are certainly welcome to enter the Sanctum of Light and use what we have for the cause. Countless great heroes are interred under the chapel. Hopefully their relics can be of aid to those at the Sunwell. I trust you found what you needed.
These artifacts will help sustain the Vanguard. But they are not enough. I know of a place nearby that would have the rest we need. But given Narrator's state of mind, I am hesitant to go there. No sense in it.
Here we are. Let's deal with these Scarlets.
This place has seen better days, when it was truly in the service of the Church of Holy Light. Originally under Sidon and Alexandros, it did much good in Lordaeron. But the Crusade was misled over time into hatred of the other, which has guided their actions for decades. The Scarlet Crusade has been wielding the light for its evil purposes for decades. I am disappointed to see how many forces they still have here. Still, the light responds to them, just as it does to us. We're here to get their relics to help the Sunwell. But while we're here, let's cleanse this place of their dark influence. Leaders of the Crusade channel the light through their weapons every day for years. While their goals and actions are reprehensible to us, Their weapons are no less useful than my own staff, especially in such a time of need. As you go through the Scarlet Halls, whenever you find a leader, defeat them and bring back their weapon. We will put it to a righteous use, to aid the Sunwell. Perhaps one day, the Scarlet Monastery can be a place that truly serves the light. But for now, our time is limited, and our focus must remain on the Sunrealm. What artifacts have you found here? These weapons of the light shall serve a much greater purpose from this day forward. I hope that may be true as well for you. That Scarlet Champion Orator showed mercy to. I told her to begin by surrendering herself to Kalia Menethil at the Sunwell. I hope my staff's light has been enough to uphold those at the Sunwell while we have sought these relics. Together with those from Light's Hope, they should be a much more significant aid. Let us return there quickly.
Thank you for sparing me when I finally left the Crusade. I had growing doubts for years, but always pushed them aside. Talking with Kalia and Mariella is giving me a completely different way of seeing the world. It feels a lot like falling, but also like breaking free, all at once. And with their help, I know I'll land in a better place.
can attend to other matters. I think I have failed him later. In my attempt to steady him after the incident with his father, I may have shattered his faith with uncomfortable truths of the light. I would like to consult with the wisest person I know, Sunwalker Desco. I did not see him with the Vanguard. Vermosis told me he may be in Hammerfall providing aid to the displaced.
And she has guided you to us. Care to join us in our work? Residents of Hammerfall have been focused on daily life, defense, and survival over the past months. They have not had sufficient time, or frankly numbers, to address all the harms that were done. There is much we can do to help them get back on their feet. I know this is humble work, but it makes a very real difference to the people who live here. The people of Hammerfall were attacked not so long ago by saboteurs from a group called the Red Dawn. I am working to help them recover and rebuild from the attack with my fellow Sunwalkers Malu and Nadura. One thing they have been doing is gathering supplies needed by Hammerfall's crafters from various sources. If you could deliver these supplies, it would be a great help. There is much to do for the people of Hammerfall. You honor and she by your assistance for those in need. Desco has taught me much out here. Just as no ray of sunlight is insignificant in the open wilderness, no small amount of work we do is unworthy. Besides, it is not for us to deem what work is worthy and unworthy of carrying out in the light of Nshi. Working alongside him here, I found that helping those in need is the most rewarding work I do.
I am a well-deserved break. I've been working hard here with Desko and Malu for longer than I would like. Though Desko and Malu seem satisfied and content to be laborers, I am not. I did not walk the path of the sun to haul rubble and rebuild structures. I am a sunwalker. My faith in Anshi and my hammer are my tools to wield, not mallet and shovel. In a world besieged by darkness, we are not the rays of sunlight we were meant to be. This is not where I'd like to be right now.
Good work. Things are starting to look better. Excellent. This will help the people of Hammerfall help themselves. Now that Hammerfall can expect peace with Stromgarde, there is a lot more use in being able to farm and craft than in fighting. So we've been gathering old weapons from past skirmishes to make into tools for the people of Hammerfall. Would you and a raider be willing to give me a hand? The weapons we gather will help her forge Hammerfall's future. Excellent work. We'll get these reforged into tools and distribute them to the people.
I've asked the Sons of Luther to meet us in the burning steppes near Black Rock Mountain. There is one more item we must recover there. We can depart as soon as you are ready.